one of these things on your items on your to-do list just says Vietnam War.
It's not a to-do list. It's not a to-do list. It's just like I had just random thoughts. Some of it's a to-do list, I think. But
to do right up top.
Yeah, but down
to
here,
do war.
But here, destroy the war. This is Mookie and I have a finance show we got to develop. This is organize a stand-up set is done. This is liquor store vignettes I got to write. Cricket movie is an idea Mookie and I want to flesh out. Then there was a right after the Newark air traffic controller situation happened.
Yeah.
They interviewed one of the air traffic controllers, and the interview is in a gun range.
What?
It's like this guy who's talking.
Can we find this?
Yeah, it was a Wall Street Journal interview. And he talks, he's like, yeah, so, I like to come here and blow off some steam. And, yeah, that guy. This guy. Look at this guy.
What?
It's fucking nuts, dude.
Controller is responsible for more lives in one shift than a doctor or a surgeon or whatever in his entire career.
After a series of radar and radio,
This guy's an arrogant air traffic
Bro,
controller.
but, so like, pause it. So, of course he is. So he's
just like have a god complex.
yes,
bro?
that's literally
What?
literally he plays God. He says we get to play God. he's like it's such an adrenaline rush. That's why we all do it. That's why all of us do it, because
Loki is though.
all of us have hundreds, if not thousands, of lives in our hands every day, and then we go home and we need to go to a gun range and shoot some shit.
I am not okay to know that when I'm in the air and I'm coming down, some guy's getting off.
Yeah.
He's just in the tower, like, landed.
Oh,
Flight
yes.
217.
Oh yes, but that's
damn.
that's still
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's such
man.
a funny interview.
Oh God,
it's such a funny interview because he's been in the game for like 20 years or something, and the best of the best go to Newark and Philly in that region because it's mad traffic, and he's just like it is only a matter of time before there's a crash, and a lot of us can't take that stress, even though that's the reason we signed up for the job, is because
There's too few of them now.
They aren't trained, but the systems are lacking.
I saw a good John Oliver piece on it. I think he did last
Oh yeah,
week.
John Oliver's like most recent long thing is air traffic control, right?
FAA. It's actually insane. They are still using some of the systems from like the 70s.
Yeah.
where
Trump's not going to spend money.
They're switching literally like physical rectangular like discs type things to like log, and they just like move it manually and like push it around the table to keep track of flight logs. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, he said when they went down for like 90 seconds or whatever, everyone had to switch to pen and pad to like figure out how to coordinate the logistics for planes landing and stuff.
Yeah.
But that interview is just a snippet of insanity of the people that are air traffic controllers.
It's insane.
Did you watch the rehearsal? Season 2?
No. I watched Nathan Fielder on CNN though. Go just do his character on CNN with Wolf Blitzer. It was crazy.
I haven't seen it.
Watch this right here.
But the flight actually began 30 minutes after the flight plan is filed in the computer. Flight strips are being printed for the Boston Control Center departure controller
What
and
is
his
this?
assistant.
This is how they used to do it when they came up with
The strip is placed in the
When
proposed
flights started
departure
taking
bay
off.
well in advance of the departure time, allowing the controller plenty of time for pre-planning.
Yes, the strip is placed in the proposed.
And this is exactly how they still do it. It's insane. That thing that you just saw, how they're logging the files, they're still logging them that way.
See, the real problem, one of the problems is that they don't make these jobs seem cool enough. And so, like, people don't want to do them.
Well, also, I think you have to get off somehow on it, apparently.
Look at this.
Like, you have to have some sort of, like...
About how they kept track of planes on paper strips. Guess how most towers still do it today.
For all the radar and computers they have, the most essential tool for managing individual aircraft is this, a plastic strip.
There's
Bro,
times
this
where
is
you can
crazy.
have 50 of those strips. And that's a way for us to keep them organized. And it's a memory aid for us. So we use those all the time.
Yeah, they're using the same technology they had in the 50s. And this isn't some charmingly nostalgic...
Look, if it's working, why are you going to break it?
I'm sure this goes into why.
I mean, they're also running everything on Windows 95 still.
Like the computers, the computers
greatest-
are probably better.
One of the greatest operating systems of all time, Windows 95.
But that's why everything got shut down last year when they rebooted.
CrowdStrike thing.
That was CrowdStrike though. That was Bill Gates flexing that he still runs the world.
Facts.
He could just shut down all the airports if he wanted to, and
He's choosing not to.
Yeah, he's choosing not
That's
to.
his
Is it a conspiracy
complex.
theory?
Thank you, Bill Gates. Yeah, no, it's a conspiracy theory that I fully believe in. That was, and I'm probably the only one espousing this conspiracy theory. But the point is, Bill Gates, I know it was you. I know it was you. Someone got a little too close to the Epstein files, and they were getting like some heart surgery at some random hospital.
So he just made planes fall out of the sky.
No, so-
Hospitals turn off. He's like,
exactly.
I'm God.
That's exactly it. That's exactly right. Bill Gates was behind the CrowdStrike. What's it called? Outage, whatever you want to call it. But with the that's why I have this written here. I literally had Newark air traffic control interview. He wants to play God. And the analogy being, that's like me in Chinatown when I'm blackout drunk on a city bike, just like riding through, like narrowly avoiding families and stuff. And I'm like, I get home and I'm like, oh yes.
You just get the rushes getting off on that ride. Like, oh, I am alive.
But that's the crazy part, is that the people that are controlling what is the reason that people want to become air traffic controllers? Because they get to play God.
I guess there aren't that many people that want to do that.
Yeah, the problem is you're not supposed to want to see. God also kills. So like all you need is one lunatic air traffic controller. Like this guy is one missed shooting range day away from, let's see what happens if two planes narrowly intercept or clip some wings, And then I have Vietnam War written here because I was watching the Vietnam War documentary on Netflix. They have like a 5-6 part series, Turning Point. And I've always been not fascinated by the war, but just like it has a place in my brain because it was the first war that. Oh, did America lose the war in Korea? I don't know.
No. I mean, it just still going on. I mean, it's not war, but the demilitarized zone got formed, and then there's North and South Korea. So, I guess they kind of won because North Korea was winning that war. Shrunk their land down mad small, and then South Korea somehow prevailed. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
With U.S. intervention, I'm guessing. But that war, the Vietnam War, was a proxy war. Part of it, trying to contain Russian.
Henry Kissinger's bullshit.
But that was towards the end. The Henry Kissinger and Nixon, they wanted to prolong the war because they wanted to make sure Nixon won a second term.
Yeah. But
the whole war spanned from like LBJ, Kennedy, LBJ, Ford, and Nixon. No, Nixon. But what I'm trying to get at, the reason it holds a special place in my head is because it's the first war that Americans got to see that their country was doing bad things and that they were sending all these people to die to fight a losing war, even though they were telling the public that we were winning. And that happened just like a decade, 2 decades. Like we just deceived the public. And it was the first war where like the people in the country started to realize that their government is bullshit.
People were riding the high from World War II. Yeah. Even though, I don't know, only in history, when you hear about World War II from this side, it was like, it makes them seem like heroes, but I don't know the real vibes there were back in the day.
No, I think in America, like everyone was like, yeah, we gotta fight and save the world. With Vietnam, we were slowly having our eyes open to the fact that this war was unwinnable, that we weren't really making much progress over there. We were killing mad innocent people, and sending the poorest people out from America out there to die.
Yep.
And the government was lying to us the whole time. And on purpose, they were like prolonging the war because they wanted to save face and all that. And then the documentary has all these soldiers. It has Henry Kissinger's secretary. It has CIA operatives from the Vietnam War, like being like, yo, we all knew it was bullshit. We were doing horrible things. People were killing in this fog of war state, like just annihilating villages. They interviewed people from North Vietnam who were fighting against America, and they were just like, yeah, you killed our families. What the fuck you want us to do? And that, like, I think that war fascinates my brain because it's the war that got that got Martin Luther King Jr. killed. It got Muhammad Ali. What's it called?
And from
it made him a hero, but also made him like hated. It got Nixon in office, but also got him impeached and forced his resignation. It's just a crazy war. And now you fast forward to Afghanistan, it's the same thing. Iraq and Afghanistan are the same situations, but we don't hear about those wars because American media and government learned their lesson from Vietnam. You can't have all these soldiers and protests going on. Got to keep the machine going. There's no joke there. It's just I just have that written down. It's like I got to figure that out. Why that's funny.
God damn. None of that. You just went on a good 2-minute run of just
history lessons.
History, but also like shit is serious and yeah, that's some real heavy shit. I don't know how you can make that funny.
I want to now. I want to see.
I gotta figure it. I mean, I've tried it once or twice.
Everything about Vietnam is like Full Metal Jacket. It's like hardcore,
bleak situation.
It's a terrible time.
Yeah, but then you throw Forrest Gump on it, and it's all good.
So, Forrest Gump lightened the mood a little bit on
yeah.
Vietnam.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, you need to throw a mentally challenged man into
to save his friend.
And then 3 decades later, Bolly was going to make a remake of it for no apparent reason.
Yeah, a mentally challenged superhero because he was like dodging bullets and shit.
We need a Forrest Gump for Afghanistan.
They'll probably do that
for a war in Afghanistan.
Yeah, it's going to be Bradley Cooper. And he's going to be.
He'll finally get his Oscar.
Yeah, he'll be half regard.
There's the take. We need a Forrest Gump for the war in Afghanistan.
That is a good take.
You know what I mean?
And then people be like, "Oh yeah, that wasn't that bad."
But the joke I used to do is like. Was something like was a joke about the Afghanistan war. I haven't turned it about Vietnam yet, but it's something like we spent $2 trillion to build schools, roads, and hospitals in Afghanistan. We barely have that shit here, but it never hit the way I wanted it to hit because it's too honest.
It's too real. It's like, yeah, why don't we?
But like the when I told the Lucas brothers about the war in Vietnam and the speech Martin Luther King Jr. gave,
yeah,
they were like, yeah, that's the speech that got him killed, because that's the speech that highlighted and made a lot of black people really view the war a little differently, or at least was one of the turning points, because he said in the speech, like, why are we're sending poor black people and poor white people over there to shoot brown people together.
Yeah, that was Fred Hampton, too, of the Black Panthers, said that shit, too.
But we won't let them live on the same streets in America. And it's like, why are we spending all this money to kill people who are poor instead of helping the poor people here? and that got some FBI agents really riled up.
Bro, the FBI used to be crazy, dog. They just FBI has killed so many civil rights leaders.
Yeah.
Important, like,
I don't think we got to worry about this FBI doing that. This FBI is too busy.
Cash is in the club taking photo ops. He's just looking for a big pair of titties to take a picture next to. This guy's the fucking director of the FBI.
What the fuck is the director of the FBI doing on Joe Rogan? What's he doing?
He's like, I don't know shit. Yeah. What's good, Joe?
He's like, hey, Joe Rogan sees the Donald Trump tweet. I mean, the Elon tweet that Trump's in the Epstein files, and he's sitting across the guy that has access to all the FBI files.
He's got access to everything.
And Cash is like, oh, I don't know anything about that. I stay out of that. It's like, bro, it's literally your job to be in that.
Bro, Cash Patel has everybody's Google search history. That's how much information he has.
Look at this fucking dweeb.
I feel like Cash Patel thought they were going to talk about working out. He was like, what? Why are you asking me all this shit, Joe Rogan?
Cash Patel is Joe, that Epstein. What, bro, why are you on there? I wonder if he knows. I wonder if, what's it called? Joe brought me up.
Oh, yeah, the second Patel.
Oh, I had another Patel on the show before. Oh, yeah, I heard about Nimesh. I got my file on him. So, what's it called? I went to see Bill Burr invited myself and Rosebud out to watch Glen Ross.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie?
I've seen the movie, yeah.
But it's a play that him, Kieran Culkin.
That's the play he's on, right?
Yeah. David Mamet played a guy turned into a MAGA guy, too.
Is he?
Yeah, out of nowhere, like mad, bizarre, weird. He just like late in his life is a big hardcore MAGA guy.
Wild. So we went to see that, and it's like probably one of the first times Patels are mentioned in cinema
or in culture.
In culture is in that
American culture
in that play, and all the salespeople hate that they have to sell to Patels. And they just shit on Patels and like
they're cheap.
Yeah, because they're cheap and they just like waste the time and definitely don't do anything in buying any like random plots of land or whatever. And Bill was saying that at one of the earlier shows, a few weeks into the run, during that line where they talk about Patels, he delivers it. Bill delivers it. That some drunk ass Indian guy in the crowd yelled out, "I'm a Patel!"
Yes, in the face. Yes.
He had to tell him to shut up. It's so. I told Bill, I was like, my bad for my people. He said, it's not your fault. I'm like, it might be though.
We're all like this.
Yeah. It took all of me not to yell out. Yeah. But like when he was delivering those lines, and when it got mentioned in another scene, that Kieran Culkin delivers the lines, that everyone in the audience was like laughing because like an uneasy laugh because Bill's character and Kieran Culkin's character they shit on them, but it's like mildly racist,
Yeah.
And so the whole crowd is like, oh man, and I'm looking around like, what y'all laughing at?
Yeah, you just got up and just started pointing. You fucking racist,
all of you.
Started booing.
Oh my!
But there are mad Indians in the crowd too. There's a lot of people watching the show. It was a really good show. It's a really quick play, but
how long was it?
It was 30-minute.
Oh wow!
Opening act, 20-minute intermission, and 40-minute second act.
Nice.
But yeah, the play is really short. Apparently, the Alec Baldwin scene in the movie was added because Alec Baldwin just wanted to do a
crazy speech.
Wanted to be part of the movie.
It was the most famous part part of that movie.
Yeah. It's not in the play. It's not in the play at all.
Oh, I'd be so mad. I'd start booing immediately. Boo! Coffee's for closers.
Yeah. Coffee's for closers. But it was a very good play. I'm surprised Cash Patel hasn't gone to see it yet. Speaking of Cash Patel, the breakup heard around the world to the tune of $34 billion. Imagine you dumped somebody and it cost you $34 billion. God damn, bro. And that, like, so you think Elon recovers from this turn that he's experienced?
I think it's going to be funny to watch him grovel at if he becomes a Democrat again. I think he's going to go and do his own thing. He's going to start his own, like,
the
third lane.
The threat of SpaceX being nationalized is enough to make you shut up if you're Elon Musk. Because SpaceX
they don't do shit.
SpaceX is all government contracts.
Mm-hmm.
It's billions of dollars of government contracts.
Yeah, I mean,
if Donnie's like, those are ours now.
See, Elon is dumb because he could have easily pitched his scheme to Europe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And gotten out of here if he didn't burn bridges basically with everybody by aligning with Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He thought it was going to work out, and then Trump turned his back on him and going with the fossil fuel lobby and finally getting rid of EVs or the EV subsidies.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Yeah. I actually didn't see it coming. I thought they would break up for other reasons.
Like what?
I don't know. I thought it'd be about like religious shit or something.
No. I'm surprised he. Well, it's because Elon talks shit about the tax bill.
Yeah, because they're getting rid of the EV subs. So like that's his whole business,
right?
And Trump is just bending to the fossil fuel lobby.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what caused the beef.
You think Trump knew he was going to do this the whole time?
Yeah, 100%.
Sick.
Or maybe not. Trump is in a fog.
True.
I feel like whoever his handler is, or whoever the people that are just like in his left ear and right ear, like this was kind of part of their game plan.
Yeah, Scott Bessent.
Take free money from this idiot, let him do a Nazi salute, and then let him tweet.
And then deport his ass back to Africa.
Yeah, send him back to Africa. Bye.
He could do that. That's crazy.
Yeah, he could do that.
He could do that. He could be like, you're no longer allowed in my country. That's insane. And I got to confess, I didn't punch Elon in the face. It wasn't me. It was ultra gay man Scott Bessent. You know he's ultra gay?
No.
Yeah, he's a gay man. Him, and he's got a pink house in D.C. or something, in Charleston. He's got a pink mansion in Charleston. Him and
Does
his
that
husband.
make you gay, having a pink mansion?
No. I'm just saying this is how gay he is. He's got an ultra pink mansion in Charleston.
I mean, it's either he's gay or he does a lot of cocaine. I don't know.
No. I'm saying this. I'm saying this only to be like, Elon got his ass whooped by this guy, and if you are Elon Musk, you don't pick a fight with ultra gay Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Gay dudes are fucking jacked, dude. Elon got his ass whooped. He blamed it on his son, but instead it was Scott Bessent.
It was Scott Bessent.
Yeah.
Straight up decked him.
Now, I also don't know if this is true. So let's read this. Yeah, here it is. Bessent exited the Oval Office and began walking down the hallway. The two men started exchanging insults, Bannon said, adding that Bessent brought up Musk's claims that he would uncover more than $1 trillion in wasteful and fraudulent government spending, which Musk had not succeeded at doing. You're a fraud, a total fraud.
When did this come out?
Like yesterday.
Musk then rammed his shoulder into Bessent's ribcage like a rugby player.
Know this.
Bessent hit him back. Multiple people stepped in to break up the scrum as the two men reached the National Security Advisor's office, and Musk was shuffled.
So he said it was his 5-year-old, and it was like he just got beat up as a grown-ass man?
Yeah.
Bro, imagine being the richest man in the world and getting beat up.
Yeah.
Like hands got put on you?
Uh-huh.
He doesn't have crazy security in there?
When you're in the White House, it's just one-on-one, dude.
Bro, I mean, where are your hired goons? What's the point of being the richest man in the world if you don't have hired goons?
What's the point of being the richest man in the world and then bowing down to this guy?
No, and getting beat up in the Oval Office, man. I don't know. This shit is wild, man. This is so sad.
Yeah,
I can't believe all the people that will like this.
What happened to
Kanye's tweet?
Like if this was Obama's White House, Fox News would be like, "This is what happens when you let thugs into the White House." They would have gone super racial. This is fucking.
It just doesn't reflect America and all this shit.
This is the Springer Show at the White House, dude. One billionaire gets his ass whooped by another billionaire, blames his fucking kid. because they all want to suck this billionaire's dick. What a wild time. Meanwhile, like immigrants are like being deported. They're using the National Guard in LA to help ICE.
They said that the guard isn't really there, but who knows what's going on now.
You can't trust the news.
Shout to LA, man. Fuck ICE.
LA, I'll see you soon. July 12th and 13th, the Belly Laughs Festival. To all 13 people from LA that listen to this podcast.
If you're not in the streets right now and you're listening to this pod, man, ICE is out of control, bro. That shit is just like America's a land of due process, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, not if you're a magatard. Then the Constitution only applies when you want it to.
LA is the worst place for ICE to ramp up.
What?
LA is known to riot. They're known to not be easy to,
Yeah, imagine that ICE takes a wrong turn down freaking Skid Row. And half of them come out with heroin addictions.
You got to fight crackheads off.
Yeah, get jabbed in the neck.
Yeah, like fucking angel dust PCP guys. Yeah. LA's wild, man. It's crazy over there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I feel like we've talked politics for a good amount of time now. I'm done talking about politics. What's happening?
Politics?
Cash Patel, Trump getting his fucking
LA. I mean,
his two bitches fighting against each other.
Earlier that Andrew Cassius.
He's Scott and
not impressed me.
Elon.
I don't think that he has
the highest. Is this Gukesh versus Magnus?
This guy, I don't really
stand by what I said earlier. That
this guy's the best chess guy in the world, Magnus Carlsen.
I don't think that he has the highest max level of any of those players. I don't think that he is the best or the second best player in the world.
People have different opinions, but
is this a hype video for Gukesh?
Yeah.
Turn this off.
Oh my god.
Apparently that's like a sign of respect that you reset the board.
Yeah.
But they're probably like super focused, and then you lose, and it makes you go crazy. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for how Magnus reacted. I think it's.
It's a little.
The rumor is that a few hundred years ago, this is how colonization started. Some Indian guy beats a white guy at chess, and he's like,
now things are about to get real bad for
we'll be back with our ships.
Gukesh's village is about to get got.
Yeah, dude. This is what happens. This is the start of colonization. Magnus Carlsen's about to pillage wherever Gukesh is from. That's what happens, dude. That's what happens. And Gukesh is what, 19?
Yeah.
Man looks 40, bro. Look at this guy. He doesn't.
Gukesh is going to look like that for the next 35 years. Yep. Exactly like this.
And he's got the fucking Hindu dot. Mm-hmm. Not even the red one. He's got the sage.
He's praying, man. He's showing his spirituality right there.
He's oh man.
He did a ad with like the old what's his name? World champion from India just now. Oh, this is hilarious.
I'm gonna start calling people Gukesh.
What's up, Gukesh?
That's my new. That's him.
Yeah.
What a baller, dude.
And that's Vishy Anand, who was like the old world champion from India.
Dude, Gukesh is about to get.
What happens to your chess skills? Is it like sports where you break down? How could would your brain just slows down? Like, why can't you just be on top forever? Why is there? It's like a peak.
Well, it's also like just better player. You're playing against better players who are coming up. So
there's just
no, but I'm saying why isn't this Rishi Anand guy just still on top?
Yeah, I mean,
does your chess skills atrophy?
I'm sure. There's peak brain performance. And a younger brain is.
No, Einstein was old as fuck when he did all that shit.
Yeah,
Einstein had the hair and shit. He was like, "Yo," and then he just fucking. It's true.
And then what?
It's true. He just be in the back. I feel like Einstein was the guy in the back of the room that some scientist would say some shit, and he was like, "Guess what? You're fucking wrong." All right,
22-year-old, shut the fuck up. Here's everything you said that was incorrect. And also, I survived the Holocaust. So
yeah, he was like 57,
yeah.
Einstein.
But no, I don't know. I don't know how a 19-year-old beats whatever Magnus's age is.
Okay.
No, Magnus is not old, but I'm just saying.
Einstein was 26 when he...
There you go, dude.
When he developed the special theory of relativity, 1905. He was 26-year-old.
Extra sharp, dude. Extra sharp at 26. It took him another 10 years to think of general relativity, which, slacking.
And
but,
special.
But, yeah, I mean, your brain is sharp as sharp.
He was just fried, so his hair was white.
No, but you don't think he was just as smart when he was old? He did some shit when he was old. This is not proving my... What did Einstein do when he was old?
Einstein's last few years were spent just super racist. Einstein focused on a few main things. Unified field theory.
That's
unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful?
Yeah, it says he spent a lot of time trying unsuccessfully to merge gravity and electromagnetism into one unified theory.
He spoke out against war and fascism, as old people are wont to do. He supported Zionism.
Don't seem like he did much, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he did some good stuff fighting good fights, but
he was just like basically an old public intellectual.
Yeah, his best years were spent
youngin'
in the lab,
tweaking his brain, thinking of E equals MC squared, and then that was it. Gukesh is the future, bro.
Yeah, but Gukesh is just good at a game.
I bet if
we need to put that shit to use in like other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gukesh is spending all his time like, all right, rook to E5.
Yeah, he's making millions of dollars just, playing chess.
No.
But like, what if Gukesh was putting his brain to other things? Who knows what he'd be inventing? Or would he be running one of these AI scams like that other Indian guy? That's my favorite story
Which
about
other
the AI. There was that Indian guy that had a startup that was like a unicorn, $1 billion startup, but it ended up just being like 700 Indian engineers
in a call center
writing code. Yeah, this Microsoft-backed AI startup chatbots revealed to be human employees.
It's just the
That's
Amazon
so
thing
sick.
all over again.
Builder.ai.
Yeah. I'd seen this.
The company hired 700 engineers in India to pose as Natasha in conversations with clients and then do the actual coding of the app. You didn't see this?
I feel like maybe I did, but it fell out of my brain.
I think I texted it to you. I just
AI is actually Indians. Yes.
Then I said, "How do we do this? How do we scam and scheme? Because I want to scam and scheme like this." How does Microsoft invest in something like that? Because
they're just means, thirsty, man. And if you know enough people, you could get a couple meetings and you got some shit.
But that means that they didn't go to India to be like, all right, let me see where you're.
Now their due diligence isn't like that. If you can deliver them shit, that's all they really care about.
A lender seized $37 million from the company after discovering it generated just $50 million in revenue. How do they generate $50 million? It owes Amazon $85 million and $30 million for Microsoft. That's fucking nuts.
I don't have the fortitude, whatever the skill is, to be one of these guys who are in these giant scams. Like, these Indian dudes that have that owe billions to banks, but then live lavish as fuck.
Yeah.
And I just don't know. I don't have the stomach for that. Like, I don't know how you. Do you just fall into that, or you're just like, you know what? I'm going to defraud Chase today.
Bro, I wish I knew how, because then I would do it.
I used to know these two Indian guys, and their dad would always have like a house arrest anklet on, because he was always involved in these kinds of weird schemes against banks. Yeah,
that's so funny.
Like he's just borrowing from different banks, and he was just in a Ponzi scheme
with himself.
With himself, like putting the banks off against one another. And I'm like, none of this shit makes sense. And I remember they had the car towed once. Like the repo men came to their house and shit mad times. And they had a nice ass house too. Like they were like. They were towing like a Jaguar and shit. Like they had money, but his dad was always into some kind of fucking scam. And I was like, damn, that can happen here.
I think for this week's Gucci Turban Hall of Fame, our inductee should be scams
in general.
Yeah, just scams in general. Indian run scams are the greatest. We've become, unfortunately, stereotypically known as scammers.
Yeah, because of the call centers calling everybody and spamming them.
Yeah.
That shit's the worst, man. We got to stop that.
Like, think of better things to do, guys.
Well, on that, I literally saw a reel today where it was about helping people in call centers to get rid of their accent.
Oh yeah,
AI.
I think I did a bit about it, or I tried to do a bit about it, about how like there's an AI that will help you get rid of your accent. That like the scammer talks into the AI, and the AI does the talking.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
Why didn't we think of that?
What, an accent remover?
Yeah.
I would never think to do that, man. I would never be like, you know what? This is like that's like a phone app. That's like, remember on the iPhone where the best app was the drinking beer app? Yeah. You know what I mean? That was the best one. That was before the world had turned chaotic, crazy.
Oh yeah. Hey guys.
Yeah. Who knew that would turn into like Donald Trump being president?
Yeah, I know. It was like,
there was also a gun one.
Oh yeah, the gun one was sick.
What was the gun one?
You could just shoot the gun on the iPhone. It was just like it would just make a gunshot
reload,
noise.
Yeah. Go like this.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Go like this.
I never did any of that stuff, but man, I missed out, huh?
I mean, I was in middle school. It was great as a middle schooler.
In middle school, yeah, it's probably not a good thing.
Who knew, man?
Who's Nirav Modi?
These are
famous Indian scams.
These are scams in India.
Yeah.
What are scams run in India that are perpetuated upon the American people?
The call center scams. People want like iPhone gift cards. The guys that try to get you on a podcast.
Mm-hmm. That's a new one.
Those. I feel like those are
Lucas
like
Henry and Lucas Morgan.
Like I feel like there's the scam industry. There's got to be a tier of high-class scammers that try to get public people like you and celebrities. Because like Paul Rudd's email address is like paulrudd@icloud.com. And some people just find your personal email somehow, and then they'll be like, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah from like WME or whatever, and they know your world enough.
Oh, the job offer scams are pretty big right now, where they'll just send you text messages or emails saying that, hey, like we reviewed your profile's been really popping up. I get a bunch of these every like once a week where it'll just be a text message saying that we saw your profile on LinkedIn, it's been popping up.
I get those too. Yeah,
that's like a big one, right?
I'm not on LinkedIn, so I don't get any of that shit.
People trying to give you a job offer,
but also if I am on LinkedIn, it's probably my comedy profile.
Yeah,
and no one's offering that guy jobs. So
maybe private events.
Yeah. Why India? Huge pool of English. Yeah, I mean,
lottery scams, grandparent scams, online investment, crypto, just regular.
You know those street scams where they're like, "Oh, you have a nice face" or something like that
in India.
Yeah. People try to cold read you on the street.
Oh yeah, I told you that happened to me. Yeah.
Who tried to cold read you?
That happened to me too.
I was walking somewhere. This is like a few years. This is a long time ago. A few years ago. And an Indian guy approached me. I was going to a meeting or something, and the Indian guy approached me, and he was like trying to cold read me and like guess like my birthday and all this kind of stuff, and like try to guess the number I was thinking of.
Oh.
And like try to impress
me. Just like
me.
A mentalist.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And he was wrong. I was like, you want $1 or something? Like, get the fuck out. And he was like, what is this? I'm like, it's $1. That's all I got. He's like, come on, man, I just did all this stuff for you. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't do.
You were wrong. You were wrong
everything. He was mad and he walked away.
This guy, he's a mentalist. He was on Rogan recently. Apparently, he guessed his debit card PIN code number on air.
I feel like mentalists. Yeah, I mean they can do shit like that, but
I want to know how you do that.
It's
an art. There's an art.
It's a lot of. This is my theory, and just like by listening to it, it's a lot of just paying attention to body movements and like facial expressions, and also what a lot of them I've noticed do is just constantly talk. Like they'll say stuff, even that stuff that they're saying, like I'm not gonna do this, but they'll let you know what they're not gonna do, and while they're doing it, they just swiftly like kind of disarm you by like just talking to you constantly, so you don't have the time to really think.
But what if
human beings have quirks, you know,
or you just lie to them? I would just
that's what I do. That's what I would do if anytime that happens to me. I'd be like,
That's
like where are you from? Like
business.
Phoenix.
That's a psychic's business model.
But no, I would. No, I'm saying if a mentalist read me correctly, I would say that they didn't.
Yeah, I'd be 100% hostile to them. I'd be like, nah, you can't get in here, bro. Get the fuck out, dog.
Is your birthday so and so? No.
No. Are you thinking of number 8?
Nope. No. Are you lying to me? No.
No.
Now what?
No.
Now what, bitch?
Yeah, when the mentalist, it happened to me in FIDI, like on Water Street. I remember this guy came up to me and he tried to like cold read me, and I was like, "How dare you?" I remember saying, "How dare you?"
You couldn't cold read that. I don't want to talk to you, you fucking moron. Anyway, shout out to scams. You know, as bad as you are, I'm sure you're employing a lot of people over in India. And
how much you think you get paid
to be a scammer?
One of those scammers.
Oh, I don't know, man. They got to be making a lot of money because
we got to do better, man. It's annoying.
Oh no, it's super annoying.
It is super annoying.
But what else can we?
We should have a PSA and air it in India. Stop scamming.
Stop scamming.
Stop scamming. And stay in school.
Check the Gucci Turban Instagram. I feel like I sent something to it that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. I think I saved it. No, you sent.
I sent it to the GT Instagram.
Yeah, I sent it to myself.
Oh,
this one, the Zoran.
Yeah.
Zoran thing, right?
This was probably for pause it, but you can't air this.
Okay.
Because we got to go to Patreon for it.
We're right about that time. We can switch in like 5 minutes or whatever.
Because it's about Narendra Modi.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I know.
That's why we can't talk about it on the regular pod, because a lot of you Indians out there are sensitive when it comes to your super straight 70-year-old prime minister that's never been married.
Damn. Listen, I had nothing to do with this, and love you all, and you know, whatever you're into.
Eminem sues Mark Zuckerberg's Meta for more than $100 million.
Oh yeah, Facebook was using Eminem's like one of his songs in the background for 8 Mile for like in one of the promotional things. That's as specific as I'm willing to get about this story. And
so you're afraid of Zuckerberg?
No, I'm not. I just don't want to do any more research about this.
Oh, okay.
It says right there, bro.
Yeah, but anyway,
8 Mile is seeking $150,000 in statutory damages
per play.
Oh,
yeah, that's why it's over 100.
253 of Eminem's songs without authorization, primarily through Instagram Reels and features like Original Audio and Reels remix.
Yeah.
It seemed like M was fine with it when he like before Zuckerberg made his MAGA turn.
What a stupid comment. I hope Eminem wins and Meta goes broke.
Well, that's a sick comment. I hope Eminem wins
and Meta goes broke.
Yeah, I hope both of those things happen.
Yeah, but it's not gonna. Eminem's gonna win. Sure.
Why can't we dream?
$100 million.
What happened to dreams, man?
$100 million. Like Mark Zuckerberg spent that on freaking lunch the other week, bro. This doesn't give what's $100 million to Mark Zuckerberg? To Meta.
This is the best way to get rich.
Sue. Honorary mention for Gucci Turban Hall of Fame lawsuits.
I want to get rich at a lawsuit because I feel like we've all met someone in our life like whose family is like mysteriously rich, and it's from a lawsuit.
It's from a lawsuit.
I've yet to meet.
I didn't meet them. I knew them, and this is kind of sad. But I guess in like early 90s or late 80s, there was a hijacking on an Air India flight or Pakistan Air flight, and a bunch of people got killed during the rescue operation. And one of this girl I went to high school with, this brother sister I went to high school with, their mom or dad were on the plane and died.
Damn. Fuck.
And the whole plane everyone that was on the plane sued the airline, and they won. And they got like $10 million each or something.
Damn. That is really sad money.
Yeah, it's sad money.
I wouldn't make that trade off.
More of like, who's the guy who got money from Walmart?
Tracy Morgan.
Nah, he almost died too.
He almost died too.
He almost died.
Like
he near-death experience.
He was like, shit. Bro, I saw him after like a few weeks, not for weeks, like whenever he was like recovered and like back on the streets.
Yeah.
He ended up at the cellar, and he had, he's got a colostomy bag and stuff. Ooh. He's got to poop into a bag,
God damn.
That is terrible.
Yeah, $90 million, but shitting in the bag for the rest of his life, kind of thing. Yeah, you want a lawsuit like Eminem's getting a lawsuit, like. Yeah. Oh yeah, Zuckerberg, you
played my music.
Like Mark Zuckerberg, you took all my stand up and uploaded it into your
just Meta
AI, and now people can use it. I want $100 million. That's actually let's file a lawsuit.
I mean, ChatGPT must have your jokes in there.
ChatGPT has
you're a public figure.
ChatGPT has everybody's stuff.
Yep.
Everybody's materials in there.
The day ChatGPT went live in November of like 2022, copyright basically
stopped existing. Sam Altman is like, but like the Times sued him. They probably settled.
Yeah, they probably settled.
Like that's like, yeah, sure.
Now they're all using his shit. All their employees, so they're giving out more information.
You think I could sue Sam Altman? You think I could sue OpenAI?
I mean, you can. But you're just gonna spend a lot of money.
No, I don't think you have a case. I don't think public people have a case.
Why?
People are trying.
It's not fair use.
It's not fair.
It's not. You're right. But it's like, you probably get like 10 cents.
It's a principle.
On principle. People are trying because it's trained on books and shit, and authors don't want their, you don't put your shit. Public people, you don't want your shit out there.
Of course. What is can you act as Nimesh Patel? I can channel Nimesh Patel for you. Just be clear, you want me to act like Nimesh in tone and style, answer questions, help you write something in his. Yeah, let's keep going. I'm in Nimesh mode. Trademark. Fuck you. It's not trademark, you fucking bitch. You asked, what are scams that are. All right, look, man, it's basically this. India figured out how to outsource not just tech support, but scamming too. And they run it like a Fortune 500 company. This is not how I would talk at all. Okay. Shit, things are okay. That was a crash out there.
That was a crash with a laugh.
Yeah, so we're all right.
Yeah.
That's Ramesh and Akshay in Noida making $400 a month running a scam so sophisticated Jeff Bezos would take notes. See,
I don't, a random region in India. I want to learn more about Noida.
I don't talk like this. I don't think.
Is it enough for a lawsuit? Is it enough
Moral
for
of the story,
comedian sues Sam Altman personally for $50 million?
This is the laziest. You know what? I'm suing Sam Altman because this is not. If you're going to fucking steal my shit, at least make it good. What data do you have on Nimesh Patel? Searching the web.
Searching the web.
It's lying. It's not searching the web. It's searching its own shit.
Its own memory banks.
Yeah. This is not. No, this is new.
Nope.
Signature style.
Want to dive deeper? What's his personality like?
Yeah. Ask him what his personality. Ask him what my personality is.
Really getting deep in the matrix right now, guys.
And then ask it if I were to sue OpenAI, would I have a case?
Oh, you're sarcastic.
For
copyright infringement.
Help me build a case.
My God, guys, we're about to get snipers in here right now. Yeah, we're about to die.
And then somehow some gun mysteriously floats into my hand.
He might have a case, but it's complicated.
He might, but that's what it said. Let's build his argument.
It's snitching on itself.
His publicly available specials, his YouTube uploads. Key claim: my original cover was used to train AI model, then I reproduce elements of my style, phrasing.
Oh, this is the AI model's little black glove argument.
Yeah.
If the glove does not fit, you must acquit. Oh God, AI models don't just repeat his jokes. They can create.
I never gave Sam Altman permission to take my shit. All right, Sam, you hollowed out shell of a man. I would like to beat the shit out of Sam Altman. I think it would be fun.
Dude, I think Sam Altman's getting off like that air traffic control.
Oh, yeah,
guy gets off.
Oh,
That's what binds them. Like, yes. Oh, man. That's a good place to land.
Yeah.
Right? Like and subscribe. Rate and review.
And help me fund this lawsuit against Sam Altman.
This GoFundMe's going to change from getting you $1 billion to let's fund a lawsuit against Sam Altman.
The goal is still to get $1 billion.
Oh, yeah.
How it comes doesn't matter. Vis-a-vis lawsuits, vis-a-vis you just giving us money. As of today, the GoFundMe is still at $0. So please like and subscribe. And GoFundMe.com / Gucci Turban / give the Jam Boy some jams. All right.